Hello there.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Cantina Social Hour. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is doing excellently well. Excellently well. What's up, you guys? Thank you for joining in. Glad that you are all able to make it tonight to celebrate with us. What are we celebrating? I don't know. Celebrating life, I guess. The very hot weather that's outside, and just hanging out on Friday night after a week of the craziness, the work, and all that stuff. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Good to be here. After 2 weeks, we were off last week because of San Diego Comic-Con, but we are here now, and it is great to be back. It is great to be back. Cool. What's up, you guys? Who's in the house? So it looks like we have a number of folks joining in to hang out with us, which thank you for that. Appreciate you guys being here. Dodgson, how's it going? Good to see you as always. Adam, our resident bouncer in the house. How's it going, Adam? Adam is making sure that there's nothing too crazy. A little crazy is okay, but we don't want to go overboard, right? Like no swinging bar stools or anything like that. Thank you, Adam. Pico B1 in the house. How's it going, Pico B1? Good to see you. Let's see. We got Scott in the house. Scott, how's it going? Good to see you as well. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We've got David with us. Hey, David, how's it going? Thank you for being with us on this Friday night. You got Trevor in the house. What's up, Trevor? We got Mary. Hey, Mary, how's it going? Thank you. Good to see you. We've got Marino here with us from Orange County. Is it Florida OC or is it California OC? Let me know. Good to see you either way. Jason, what's up, Jason? Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. From Texas, right? You're in Texas, I believe. We got Bob in the house. Bob, how's it going? Happy Friday to you too. Sweet. We are off to a good start. Good to see you guys. Oh, Bob's from Brooklyn, like our panelists tonight. We'll talk about that in just a minute. From that side of the country, anyway. Happy Friday, you guys. I'm glad to be here. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to focus on San Diego Comic-Con toy reveals and news. We're also going to talk about new news. I thought it's kind of redundant. We're going to talk about recent news from the past week or so, from Sideshow, Hot Toys, stuff from that just came out today for D23, which is the big Disney convention happening this month. So a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road and bring in our guests, tonight's guests. Let me go ahead and pull them in. Thank you, Marina, for clarifying that. I used to live in OC. Thank you once again for being here, as well as no name. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and bring in tonight's panelists. So, all right.
Now this is pod racing.
We had such a good time 2 weeks ago when I had Grumpy Tom and Chelsey from Boba Fett Fan Club with us talking about the Acolyte and breaking that down. That was a long show. That was the longest stream I've ever done, and it just went by so fast because it was so fun. And I thought, hey, I need to have him back because it was just a really good time, really good vibe. I loved it, and so here they are. We got returning to Cantina Social Hour for the umpteenth time. Grumpy Tom, how's it going tonight?
Hello, it's going well. I'm happy to be here again and ready to complain about things. Hi, Bob from Greenpoint.
Cool. Well, good to see you. Thanks for coming on. And Chelsey from the Boba Fett Fan Club. How's it going, Chelsey?
Hello, I'm here. May complain. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very, very happy to be here. I haven't done really much all day, so I'm looking forward to talking to people. So, yay.
Awesome.
I'll complain enough for all three of us.
Thank you. I'll hold you to that.
He will. Trust him. Trust him when he says that. Cool. Well, it's good to see you guys. Chelsey, I just saw you last week at Comic-Con, and that was a lot of fun. It's great, great to see you once again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had a great time. We had that awesome meetup for creators that Victoria very kindly organized. And there were just so many people that I've seen, on Instagram and that kind of thing. But it was so great to see everyone. So, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was, we had done something like this a couple of years ago at Star Wars Celebration. Dano from the Dano channel had organized it, and I said, "Hey, why don't we do this for San Diego?" So I said, "Hey, let's see who'd be interested in doing this." And yeah, it was great. We had a good turnout. There were a lot of folks that came by, and we got to meet people that tune into Cantina Social Hour and that follow us on social media. So. And a lot of creators I hadn't met in person, which was awesome. So thanks again to everybody who came out and supported and just hung out with us at Comic-Con. It was a nice little diversion from the hustle and bustle of the exhibit hall. So that was a blast.
Yep, definitely. I mean, it really was a nice diversion, like very chill. And as soon as you walk back into the convention center, you're like, oh no, there's too many people.
Yeah, there were times where I couldn't even move. I was just like this, and I was like,
yep. Yeah.
That sounds like fun for you guys, but I had just as good of a time here. I sorted my socks.
Look at that. I mean, that's progress.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, why don't we get right into it? So there was some news today that I was talking about, and I'm very, 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 very excited and also very worried about this one, okay? I don't know if you guys have seen this yet.
I saw something.
Okay. D23 is coming up.
Yes.
It's coming up very soon.
Oh.
And they've announced that they are going to be offering a brand new Star Speeder 3000 as seen in Star Tours. The original Star Tours, before it was Star Tours The Adventures Continue, which is the current iteration that we see when you go to the parks. So it has the old paint deco from the 80s and, Captain Rex figure before he went off to bartend at Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, this is rad. Like I am I have the 3000, and from what I can tell, this looks like a brand new sculpt. It looks like they completely went back and re-engineered it. It's got a really snazzy looking base. Yeah, I am very much hoping that I am able to get this. It sounds like it will go online at some point. But yeah, this is the kind of thing that like I am majorly here for, is like anytime you can, two of my favorite things, Star Wars and Disneyland, right? Anytime you can combine both of those things, like I'm like the happiest person in the world. So I really, really, really hope that I can get this.
I definitely
hope you can too.
Yeah. Because it looks really nice, and they've got like some like electronic different features and stuff as part of it, which I think is pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's not the sort of thing for me, but anytime you've got like a thematic, like a theme park sort of thing, and you can go and you can buy a little toy kind of thing from it, is like, that's a smart move. That's always a smart move. So yeah, this is nifty.
Yeah, it's nifty for sure. The old one only had like a row of like 3 seats, and what I did is I put all my extra like Cantina and Jabba's Palace aliens in it to make it seem like they're all going to parties on some planet.
Nice.
But like this, it looks like they totally like redid it. Like this one has more seats, and the seats look more accurate to the ride. And you got Captain Rex there in the pilot's area. Yeah, and it seems like it does have some nice electronics that it's going to come equipped with. All it really says, it is limited edition, which is kind of what makes me worried. It says it's complete with the original attraction footage and the Sorcerer droid and Captain Rex droid talking action figures. So that's interesting that it's going to have actual like footage, like how it's going to project that somehow.
Ooh.
And I do see the screen in there, so I assume that's how it's going to show it. If you look at the images right here, like you can kind of see in the front windshield area, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, here we go. August the 12th at 8 a.m. Okay.
Oh my God.
So,
wait, what is that underneath it? Is that Ochi of Bastoon's dagger?
Yes, sir. It sure is.
Ochi gang, rise up!
Yes! Yes! Ochi of Bastoon!
Oh man. I really
Anyway,
hope that you can just like go like this, and you'll be able to figure out where in the Death Star to go.
Sorry.
Somehow.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a bit. But yeah, I'm floored about this. Yeah, I really, 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 really want this. And then it's the kind of thing where the card looks so cool. Like it'd be hard to open it, but I'm not gonna buy 2 of them.
Right.
But I mean, you kind of have to open it so you can put them in there. But
Do you already have a Rex? One of those?
Not this exact figure. It looks like it's a new figure. They did do Rex like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hasbro did a Captain Rex.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That they sold through the parks, but this looks like a brand new like sculpt and everything. Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be at work. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to I don't know what I'm gonna do. Honestly, like I really don't.
Hey kids, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a bit. It's like...
Yeah. Sorry, kids. I know you're here in the classroom, but see you in a bit.
They'll get it. It'll be fine.
Usually, I have like when I'm busy, I have somebody try and get things for me.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, it works out. Luckily, it's like early. Like it shouldn't be. I mean, I'll be at work by then, but yeah, hopefully it works out.
Nice.
But yeah, I really want this. Like once I saw this, like this is all I can think about all day now is this, like getting this. Like I don't really care about anything else. Like, I don't even need to eat for like that day. Like I just want to get this.
We can always skip a few meals. How much does that cost?
$300.
Holy shit.
I know.
That is expensive. But it does have the electronics, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No. Does it say what scale it is? I'm assuming it's kind of like 3.75 inch.
Yeah,
scale.
3 3/4.
Yeah. I
want to know more about the base because there's not like a lot of details. I want to know more about like how it connects to this base. It seems like the base lights up, but what else does it?
Yeah.
To me, this is almost like a Disney HasLab kind of thing, right? It's like that kind of character. It's expensive. It does unique things, and it has like a cool display base and an exclusive figure. I feel like they kind of pulled from that sort of format for this.
Yeah.
Except for the limited part, they're only making, and that's what I don't really get is like, why would you limit something that's like brand new like this, brand new sculpt that a lot of people are going to want? So I kind of feel in the back of my mind, like maybe they're going to go back and re-release it at the parks later, but maybe it's not going to have all the bells and whistles that this release has.
Oh yeah. Or maybe they're waiting to see like how well it sells or something. And maybe they'll do like another batch of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
How big is it?
I don't know. Like I have the Lost version that they did, and that one's probably.
I thought it was only like this big.
It's like 16-ish inches. I'm like looking on the shelf. It's like 16 inches or so. I would say long.
Huh.
It's sizable. It's pretty hefty. It's heavy also.
Huh.
But I don't know if this is going to be scaled a little up or down. Like I'm not sure. But I don't care. I want it. I want this.
Yeah.
That's all I care about right now is this. Like, I'll skip the next like wave of vintage collection.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's how much I really want this.
That's amazing. I mean, it's really cool. Like, I love that how many rows it has too. Like, you could put so many of your figures in there, and it'd be kind of fun.
Mandalorians.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of Mandos.
Like
so
50% of your Mandalorians can go into that.
Recreate that episode of Rebels that basically has the same kind of thing. That's really cool.
Yeah. What was the date on here? August, Monday. Yeah, like it's a Monday. Like, not ideal. Anyway, I don't want to spend the whole show rambling about how amazing this is. But it is pretty amazing. And Kurt K asking, what does the inside of it look like? Well, there are videos on YouTube, reviews of it. So if you look up the Star Speeder 3000, no, the 1000. I always get them confused. The 1000 is the one that they did before. It's the same scale, 3 3/4 inch. I don't think I did a review on it, but there are reviews on it that you can see like all the insides. Not as detailed as this, I can tell you that, but it's still pretty good. It actually had like little diskettes that you could put in there, and it would change like little scene and stuff. So I hear that kitty.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you could hear her or not. Are you coming in here?
I hear kitty. I hear a little
she
cat.
left.
Oh.
She was like, too many people. I gotta leave.
Yeah, I love how we all have our pets. Like I have my dog under the desk
Oh,
sleeping.
that's so cute.
The best way to stream, like in the company of your best furry pals.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Wouldn't do it any other way. Yeah, and Tom, as you noted, if you look under here, for whatever reason, they felt that Blade of Ochio Bestoon would be a good exclusive for D23. So that is something that they're going to have as well. It lights up. I don't remember that it lit up in the movie. Like,
yeah, I don't think it did.
What?
Yeah.
What? Come on. Are either of you going to buy the Blade of Ochi of Bestoon?
I'm kind of so I'm on the fence because my husband and we have this like joke about like, oh, we're the biggest Ochi of Bestoon fans. Like,
what a great character.
Oh, he's the best. I mean,
yeah.
the funny thing is he's in the in a book that came out last year called Shadow of the Sith, and he just like goes insane in this book. Like he's just like drunk and insane the whole time, and I'm like, love it. Let's get this Ochi of Bestoon verse going. I need to know more. I have to know, let's get a prequel about him and his life,
We'll have him hang out with Constable Zuvio and Sarko Plank.
Oh my God, Constable Zuvio.
Yeah.
What a classic character. Love Constable Zuvio.
An icon.
A legend. She is the moment.
Yeah, just nothing beats good old Constable Zoobs, the Zoobinator. And Ochi of Bestoon's right there. I like Ochi of Bestoon because you can tell that when J.J. Abrams started writing The Force Awakens, he had a real clear vision of what was happening. And he was like, this Ochi of Bestoon, this guy is the key to this story. And when people find out about Ochi of Bestoon, man, they're going to say, boy, I liked that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think, that's probably J.J. Abrams' best contribution to Star Wars. It's got to be Ochi.
It just looks like the crashed part of the Death Star, see?
What I never got, and I know we're kind of going off in a tangent here, is like, was that blade like sculpted after Return of the Jedi? I mean, that's the only way it would have been, right? Like, but then it sounded like it was an ancient blade. So I'm like,
yeah.
No thought went into it. That's the answer, guys. It's no like, look at, no, they didn't spend any time thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's the answer. It's like the Knights of Ren. Who are the Knights of Ren?
Okay, the Knights of Ren are so cool. They could have done some cool stuff with the Knights of Ren. And they only made one of the figures in Black Series. There's
Do
like...
we need any of the others?
There's like 7 or maybe 11 more. I don't know. There are some fangirls out there of the Knights of Ren.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah.
All right, I've done my dunking on Ochi of Bestoon.
Yes, you have. We have.
I feel like this is one of those collectibles where it's like you buy it and you're like, look at the like weirdest purchase I've made this year.
Yeah. Or you give it to someone who's like, oh, I got you this Star Wars thing because you like Star Wars. And then like someone will give it to me and I'd be like, it's Ochi of Bestoon. And I just throw it back at them.
It's like a white elephant gift that you could get.
It's getting passed around forever. It's the dagger of Ochi of Bestoon. You're stuck with it this year, sucker.
I kind of love that. Now I'm like, I gotta do this. I have to buy this dagger so that I can do this to prank my friends and family.
Get it for your husband.
I think I need to. I just sent him a message because I hadn't seen this yet. I'm waiting eagerly for his response.
Just buy it. Just buy it. Be like, I am the #1 Ochi of Bestoon fan. The greatest character from the greatest Star Wars movie.
All right. So in addition to those two, there's also a lightsaber set. And these are all sabers they've released at some point or another, I believe. But this is the Clone Wars Legacy Lightsaber 3-pack. So you get Anakin's, Obi-Wan's, and Ahsoka's lightsabers in one bundle.
Oh, I see. It's in the... I thought you were just showing me a picture of a tiny little thing on the floor.
I mean,
Yeah.
I normally would do that.
Now, I see it now. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty neat.
That is cool, especially for people who maybe didn't get those sabers when they were
Mhm.
first out. You know, it's a good opportunity to
As
pick
I like to
those
call
up.
fake fans.
Fake fan.
Fake fans. If you don't own all of those from the original release, you're a fake fan.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
Gatekeeper Tom.
Yeah, I'm guessing this will be around $500 if I had to.
Yeah.
Probably. It's not going to be cheap. Yeah, so I think those are the 3 exclusives from D23, but it just brings me back to this Star Speeder 3000 that I absolutely must have in my grasp.
You will have it. You will get it. I believe in you.
I will. I will get it. Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. So in addition to that, we got some hot toys to talk about.
Ooh.
Yay. So Hot Toys went on a rampage like in the last week, and they said, hey, we're going to do this, and that. I think last time we were on, we talked about the Darth Maul hologram.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which was only 150, which,
Oh.
for a Hot Toys.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's
It's
not
an
bad at
excess.
all.
Yeah, I mean, is it a figure? Not really, but it's
No.
like a little statue kind of thing that lights up. So,
It's
but
like
it did go to wait list pretty quickly. So,
yeah,
it is
150
on.
bucks.
Yeah, but right after that, last weekend, they also came out with this right here, this brand new Darth Vader.
Oh, wow.
And he is based, it doesn't say it anywhere. It's not labeled. It must be a Lucasfilm kind of thing, I assume. But he is labeled as just being like Darth Vader, but it's very clearly like The Force Awakens, if you played that game.
Unleashed.
The Force Unleashed. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have those sequels in my head now.
No, people bounce those names back and forth very often. It's
Yeah.
like I do it all the time too.
Cool. Yeah, so this one you can buy a deluxe version, which gets you the sculpted cape as well, and it's supposed to kind of create the shape of the Darth Vader mask. Like if you look at the cape, it kind of has like the eye and like the mouth.
Oh, interesting.
Like from that poster.
Right. Yeah, like that Revenge of the Sith poster.
Yeah.
Which I have hanging up right over here. But
Nice.
yeah, you could also go non-deluxe, which just has a regular cape. And then yeah, so he's obviously very blasted up, as happened in that game. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. That game's been out since 2008. So yeah,
he shows up and kills Deadpool in it.
Wow, that's a big spoiler.
Yeah, and then there's also this special edition. It costs the same, so I don't know why you wouldn't do it, but he has this damaged mask that comes in there, so you can see it just kind of covers one of his eyes, like half of his face.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just like the one that they released earlier this year from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, it's got a fantastic likeness. I mean, it's a really cool figure. But the fact that I did get that one earlier this year kind of has me hesitating on needing another, battle damaged Darth Vader.
Right.
Arguably, this one's maybe cooler, but it's also not from live action necessarily. So I'm kind of giving a pause before I commit to it. But yeah,
that's for your judgment. I think that's really neat looking, but I mean, yeah, if you've already got a battle damaged Darth Vader.
Right.
How many battle damaged Darth Vaders do you need?
True.
All of them.
All right. Okay.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer too.
Fair. That's a fair.
I mean, if he how many times did this happen to him? We know that Obi-Wan got at him. This seems to have happened. Ahsoka had caused some damage to him. Like this happened to him a lot. He must be pretty crappy at his job.
They don't make suits like they used to. They exported all the manufacturing to another planet.
This is the suit from Temu. Temu or whatever it is, yeah. This would be, how people are always like, I want a live action Darth Vader movie where he just goes around killing Jedi all the time. That would be awesome. I think they should do that, but like every single Jedi he comes up against, he just gets the snot beaten out of him, and like this every single just like Jar Jar's his way to success with it. So then you can have a whole series of figures.
Okay, so picture this. Mace Windu. Mace Windu isn't actually dead, right?
Right.
He and Anakin, or I guess Darth Vader now, they're fighting together, and then Mace Windu is about to do the killing blow, but he said, and that's why we didn't bestow the rank of master on you.
Yes! It brings it all back!
I think it'd be perfect. Star Wars, hire me. If you hire J.J. Abrams to make Ochi a best dude, let me make my Mace Windu is still alive movie.
I love it.
Yeah, so it looks really cool. I mean, I like the leg and like the robotic hand and all that. It's really cool. Like I'm very much tempted, but I just don't know quite yet because there's so many Hot Toys that they've been really like releasing like a bunch of Star Wars.
Yeah, they really have been.
Is that Darth Sidious that I ordered? Is that a Hot Toy or is that a sideshow? I can't keep track of them.
No, it was a Hot Toy.
It's Hot Toy, okay.
Yeah. Of course, he has his helmet, so if you want him to look more traditional, he can look like normal Darth Vader too. Well, kind of. He's still blown up the rest of his body, but just depends on what you're going for. I like having options when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so very neat. And like I said, there's actually 4 versions of this guy.
How much is it?
So the collector edition is $375. It's the normal version, and then the deluxe version is $430. And payment plans start at $55 a month. Yeah, pretty cool.
Nice.
But I would say the one that they announced alongside this one is actually more exciting for me personally because it's the very first time they've attempted General Grievous himself.
Nice.
They haven't done him before?
Nope. Sideshow did a General Grievous and it was like kind of universally panned as just being pretty bad. But yeah, so Hot Toys is finally doing the General himself.
My man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love General Grievous. He's one of the Black Series figures that still lives here.
Nice.
He just cracks me up.
Yeah, I love him too.
We should have had more General Grievous where he's like, yeah.
Yeah, and his like little motorcycle.
Yes.
That was so cool. Like
great. That's so good.
I want more Grievous, like either like an animated like Tales of Grievous, or even like if they wanted to do like a live action kind of thing would be cool too. Like
pretty neat.
See him like in some, if they did like a Clone Wars show, or even like between the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, like what's going on behind the scenes with all that. Like,
yeah, we need to know more. I think I don't know. Like I'd like to know more.
For sure. I'd love to see him before he looked like this. Like that'd be pretty neat.
I'd love it, but only if he was just like a real jerk. And like he wasn't particularly frightening. He's like, like the Darth Vader thing. It's not, he's the ultimate Jedi killer. He's just sort of a mean, crass, jerkish guy. He's just, what's his defining trait? He's just mean. Unpleasant to be around. Is coughing on people and stuff like that.
I know.
I love General Grievous. I was so excited when they released the Black Series version of him.
Yeah.
And, he's good.
That's gonna look great. I'm not gonna get that, but that's great.
Yeah, and it's die cast too, which is nice.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Does it say how many lightsabers he comes with? Like, do you get like your pick of
how many does
which hilts?
I hope so. You're gonna lose half of them, right?
That's
what
true.
I always do.
He comes with down here. He comes with 2 lightsaber hilts with detachable green colored blade, 1 green colored lightsaber blade in motion, 2 lightsaber hilts with detachable blue colored blades, and 1 blue colored lightsaber blade in motion. So
Nice.
4 lightsaber hilts and 6 blade options.
Cool.
Hey, you know what this hot toy would make? A fine addition to your collection.
Ah! Got
Like he
it.
says in the movie.
Yeah, you're
Like
good.
from the movie. Victoria's gonna kick me out.
I love it. I mean, I also really like the in motion blades. I think Hot Toys
are
does
neat.
like a really good job with those. So
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, that looks great.
yeah.
There's just I'm buying Darth Sidious and that's it.
No, you're not. It starts at 1. It does not end with 1.
I've had a lifelong obsession with the Emperor. I'm pretty certain that I can leave it as
Why am I not surprised? I love him too. He's probably a top 5 character for me.
Yeah,
I love.
he's so funny. Like you can see him tying a woman to a railroad tracks and twirling a mustache. And like, yeah, the good guys will never get me now. And then the good guys show up and goes, and he just scrambles away.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that one, but
That's such what this character is.
yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna get you with all my lightsabers. See, and he cuts half of them all off in like one move. And he's like, and then he rides away on his motorcycle.
Oh, you're talking about Grievous now.
Yeah, Grievous.
I thought you were
Darth
talking about
Sidious.
Palpatine. I was like, I was trying to
No.
visualize Palpatine tying somebody to a railroad track. Like,
No, Palpatine is like you refer to other things as like Palpatine, right?
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is a great figure for sure. $370 is what this one costs.
Good God in heaven.
And payment plans $55.50.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I pre-ordered him yet, but I need to because I really want Grievous, like, for sure. Like he's definite. And then they didn't stop there. They said, hey, let's go back to I was gonna say Republic Commando, but I think technically it's the Bad Batch. But Clone Commander Scorch this is a limited figure, so they only had a certain amount of them, and they handled it pretty well because he lasted for 10 minutes or something, which is pretty good. Like it was, from what I understand from people that went through the process, like he was easy to order. I was able to pre-order one. And I don't even know that I really wanted him, honestly. It was just like I knew he was limited. And I'm like, well, I don't have this exact kind of costume in my collection.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and he's got the light up visor, which is cool too.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love that.
So I was able to go. And it was a very smooth process because I've had really bad experiences with these limited releases. Like the really frustrating one was when they did the Loki figure from the end of season 2 back in May, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just very random, but I got in right away, and then I had him in my cart, but then I couldn't check out because he had just slowed down. It was just frustrating. So
that's the worst.
Yeah, it is.
Been a
But yeah,
while.
this guy looks cool.
It's been a while since I've had a hiccup in the buying process. That's really bummed me out, thankfully.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
recall it, and it's like it was sort of one of the Comic-Con exclusives. We'll get to it later, but it wasn't. It's not a big deal for me because I'm like, they'll re-release that thing later.
Mm.
Yeah, this guy's neat. It's another clone.
Yeah.
If you love clones,
And who
I don't
doesn't
think
love
I-
clones?
I don't
who
think
doesn't
I
love
own.
clones?
Yeah, I don't think I own any. What is this type of clone called again? It's like a heavy
Commando.
trooper.
Yeah.
Commando.
Yeah.
I don't think I own any. Oh, see it there. I am knocking this thing all over the place, jumping around like a jerk. Yeah,
They did him in Black Series a couple years ago. They did all 4 of them.
Yeah.
I never got those. Yeah, for whatever reason, the Clone Commando just doesn't resonate as much with me.
It's not as iconic as a Stormtrooper or a Clone Trooper, but
It's cool. It's very cool, and I get why people do like it. But yeah, for me, it's like,
Yeah, so that one is on wait list. If anybody wants, you can get on the wait list. And maybe sometimes you luck out on the wait list. I've lucked out on the wait list before.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
My Artisan Anakin was a wait list, and then I was able to get him.
You got him?
Yeah, I pre-ordered him. Yep.
Oh, I'm
fun.
so jealous.
Which one is that? Artisan Anakin?
Mm-hmm.
It has like the real hair, right? Well, not real hair, but like it's
Aiden's
not
hair.
Like
Yeah.
brushable hair?
Yeah, I think so,
Like
right?
My Little Ponies? And She-Ra? Brushable hair?
Yeah.
If it
The-
has
Size
brushable
Barbie.
hair, it's a doll and not an action figure.
The My Little Pony Anakin.
My little Annie.
His cutie mark is a little pile of sand. And a dead kid.
Oh my God.
Not a dead kid.
Jesus, Tom.
Well, don't forget the women also.
And the women and the children.
Adam says that he got Ahsoka from the wait list. Very cool. Very nice. Mary's clarifying that it's wool hair that they have. That the artisan figures have.
Sure.
And she also said that she got Scourge, Artisan Black Widow, which was another one that they put up, and Iron Spider. And so passed on Vader. Very nice. That's a good haul, Mary. Very nice.
I guess the question I've got for Mary is, does Mary already have a Darth Vader?
I think she probably does. I think Mary, you have the Obi-Wan Kenobi Vader, if I believe. I'm sure she'll confirm.
I mean, you don't have to have a. It's unlikely I'll ever get a big Darth Vader. But just to people that collect those things that seem, regularly, like you, Victoria, it seems like a Darth Vader would be a must.
I saw this crazy big Darth Vader at Target today. It was like one of the Disney. Yeah. I don't really. Hang on. I gotta find my picture that I took with it, because I was like, what is this? I don't know if you can see it, but like, look at how big that is.
That's fun.
I don't even know what it is. Oh, here. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I was scared, as you could tell from the picture. I was like, what is this?
He's dressed like
metal. It says it's metal. I mean, yeah. Try me. I guess there's some sort of button, but I didn't try anything because I was like, I don't want to be the adult in the Target toys aisle.
Yeah, I'd hate
pressing the buttons.
That would just be weird.
There were a lot of kids around. I was like, oh.
Just do what I do and shoo them away. Get out of here. I'm looking for my collectibles. My adult collectibles.
Just like Anakin.
And then they drag me out of the Target and toss me on the street. It's only happened twice.
Hey, interesting looking.
Third time's the charm.
Mary has 2 Vaders, and
Nice.
And then there's also the Return of the Jedi one that's like hasn't shipped yet. So there's that one. There was the Obi-Wan series one this year. There was the Empire Strikes Back one a few years back, and there was A New Hope like a long time ago. There was Rogue One a long time ago.
So they've made a few.
They made 1 or 2 of them. Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Hey, Lauren, how's it going? Good to see you. Latoya T, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. Right.
Same.
Yep.
Real quick, maybe a year ago, we went upstate to a Target because I don't bother with the ones here.
Yeah.
And it was like me and 2 other like my age-ish guys in the toy aisles, and we were sort of having we're adults in the toy aisle conversations. He was looking for a Target exclusive Fast and the Furious car that he ended up finding, and and he's like, oh, this is super rare, and it goes for, and I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
Nice.
And there was another person there as well, and it was just us crabby adults sitting around or walking around.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see like another adult and be like, hey,
I know what you're doing.
We're doing the same thing.
You best not be looking for what I'm looking for, though, because I'll steal it from your cart. I'll take it right from you. Didn't you trust me?
True.
Hello, Multiverse Toys. Yeah, so there is, all right, we're going to get into the San Diego Comic-Con reveals, toys, and all that. So basically, I want to start off with this one here because it's just a quick, like, here it is. It's cool. I joke about, McFarlane, but This is, they've been really like on a roll with these 6-inch scale Batmobiles or 7-inch scale, whatever they are. They did the 1989 Batman one about a year ago now, and then they released a gold label version of it that came with the Batman figure. And then they did the Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy, and that was an exclusive a few months ago, and it sold out. And then they did like the camo Tumbler, I think I forget who the retailer that carried. I want to say maybe it was Amazon. And then they did the animated series, which was a repurpose of the DC Direct one that was released like 8 years ago or something, which I have, and is amazing. And then now they're saying, hey, Batman Returns. Batman Forever is also going to get the 6-inch scale or 7-inch scale Batmobile treatment. Nice. So, yeah, it's cool to see that they're continuing that because nobody else is doing that, and the prices on these are usually around 100-ish, which isn't that bad. Honestly,
$80 or something, wasn't it? The last one.
Which one?
I think the 89 one was like $80.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. And then the prices dropped, and they were like for a long time they were like $60.
Yeah, I was tempted, and I'm not a big Batman guy.
Yeah, and this one comes with Alfred, which is nice. Nice to see Alfred. He doesn't get enough action figures, especially this version of him. So
this car is so stupid looking. It is one of the dumbest, most absurd designs ever, and I don't like this movie. This is like my least favorite Batman movie, and I love that. I'm not going to buy it, but I'm tempted. There's just something so gorgeous in how gaudy and goofy it is.
Let's see how this video works. See if we can get this. It might be really tiny, but
like does it like glow the fluorescent green inside of it and stuff?
Yeah. So I'm going to switch screens here. And there are a few videos. I'm sure there's better videos out there, but
it's so cool looking.
Oh, wow.
It does glow.
That is pretty cool.
All right.
Tom, I'm watching you, and you're like, I said I wasn't going to get it,
not buying it. I'm not buying it.
I mean, are they going to do Batman and Robin now? I mean, I kind of feel like you have to if you're going to go that deep into it.
But isn't that the same car?
No.
Did they change the car for Batman and Robin?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know.
Based off like a 1940s like roadster kind of thing.
It probably will then. The thing that'll get me with the McFarlane, the first actual Batman thing will be when they do, if McFarlane goes back and does Michelle Pfeiffer and Danny DeVito Batman Returns characters. I would absolutely buy those because I love that movie. That's my favorite Batman movie. It's not a Batman movie at all. If you're a fan of true Batman, which I'm not, there's nothing in it that seems anything like Batman or any of the characters, but it is such a wonderfully bizarre movie. Crazy about it. Great Christmas movie. Great movie to watch for the holidays.
Nice.
Yeah, it's also my favorite of the old like Keaton and Schumacher Batmans. Batman Returns. I don't know why. It always has been.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Characters are great.
Max
How come Danny DeVito has never been in Star Wars? I feel like he'd be great.
I know, right? He would be fun in Star Wars. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone would be good in Star Wars. Who wouldn't be good in Star Wars? I can name a couple people that were in Star Wars and they weren't good in Star Wars. One rhymes with the name Barra Bloon.
Jason says no, Batman and Robin was a single-seater. Yeah, that's true. It was a single-seater Batman and Robin, and he says this one looks like a cockroach, which is kind of true. I guess I see that now that you mention it.
It's so bizarre.
It's very like sci-fi looking, right? It's like really, yeah, it's different, but I like it. I mean, I've always liked the design of it.
Like if that thing were like, I say it looks dumb and absurd and stuff as a car, but if like I saw that thing as a spaceship, I'd be like, that's a great spaceship design.
Yeah.
It's a design that I think is absurd, but in a way that I absolutely love.
I think Batman is sometimes like at his best when it's like, embracing the kind of absurdity. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yes. I think that's what makes Batman cool.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, have you guys had a chance to check out the new series, Batman Cape Crusader?
No, it's on my list.
Saturday morning cartoons. We're going to start up tomorrow, hopefully.
I started it yesterday, and it is good. It is really
Excellent.
good.
Ooh,
I'm looking
that's
forward to it.
awesome.
That and Kite Man.
It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to I'm gonna try and watch some more of it tonight.
Nice.
But yeah, it's yeah. So that's that. What else? So Tom, you wanted to talk about something, so I made sure that I had it on here for tonight. Because I know nothing about this. So you're going to take point on this conversation here and tell me what I'm looking at, because I have no idea.
All right,
to be
guys.
honest.
You ready for a ramble?
Yes.
Everyone in the chat, you ready for a ramble? None of you care about this. Give me 5 minutes.
But you care.
Okay.
It's important enough.
This here is the next Mattel crowdfund. It is for the Snake Layer playset for the Snake Men. A little less than a year ago, Mattel sent out various concept art drawings, and people could vote on what the one that was going to get made was going to be. And the one that won was the Snake Layer playset.
Mhm.
I did not vote for that because I don't care about the Snake Layer playset. But it looked like it was going to be a thing that was, about this big, that was kind of, folded in half like that, about the same size as original Castle Grayskull, the original Snake Mountain. And so you'd guess it would probably cost about $200. This shows up, and I think this is gorgeous. I think this is an amazing, absolutely incredible playset. It is infinitely cooler and more intricate and more interesting than the basic, like the original Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain. It's a shell, right? You open up the shell, and there's like a couple floors inside it. You can put guys on with a trapdoor or whatnot. But it's like a very simple shell. This is much more interesting. But they put it next to the Eternia playset, which was the crowdfund that we just received earlier this year, and we paid for a year and a half ago or whatever, which was a $600 item, and it's giant. And this thing is almost that size.
Oh, wow.
Space Danger. Space Danger is a real thing. And this is not a remake of an original playset from the 80s. So no one's got nostalgia for it. So it's cool, but it ain't gonna happen. Yesterday Mattel posted up a survey to get people's opinions on it, because everyone was pretty much saying the same thing. And I just had to yell about that with people that were forced to listen to me for a few minutes. And that's the Snake playset. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's too big, and it's going to be too expensive because of that. But it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, they gotta dial it back. Not everything can be $400. Not everything needs to take up, the size of a sail barge or the size of the Super 7 Snake Mountain. Not everything needs to be that. Dial it back, pull it back. And that's my rant about the Masters of the Universe Snake Layer playset, which, I feel bad, because I think the people that worked on it, I think they were like, man, we're gonna take that concept art, which I thought was a little and we're gonna really make it something cool. And they did, but alas, that wasn't the assignment.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I think it looks cool. Like I said, I don't really know anything about it because I don't follow this line, but
it's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really neat. I mean, as far as like the atmosphere it creates, when the figures are there, especially, and like
you see that snake thing on the other side of it.
The snake thing on the other side.
Scroll back up to the top.
Ooh, is this a torture chamber?
Yeah, it's a torture chamber.
Oh,
heck
wow.
yes.
Right?
Love it.
It's so neat. Okay, so see on the left-hand side, there's that snake popping off the side.
Like a robot snake?
Yeah, so that's a vehicle that was based off of original concept art that they've added into it, and you can take it off and it's a vehicle. I hope they take that off and just release it as a vehicle, because that would be a small thing that,
Right.
Mattel stuff's not expensive. It would probably cost $30. And that would be fun to have, because it's based on, the original thing. But it's just the size of this thing is like almost the size of my table. It probably wouldn't fit on my desk here. And it's like We can't
Oh.
keep doing that.
Right. Like, I wonder at what point, like, toy collectors are going to be like, I don't have any room for these big things anymore.
I think we're hitting it now.
Yeah.
I think we're hitting it now. I know Super 7 is going to theoretically release a giant scale Technodrome. They'll probably reveal it next San Diego Comic-Con, and that's it for me. Like, I've wanted that for years, but like, I didn't go in on the Cat Slayer because I'm not a big Thundercats fan. But like, the Thundercat play set would be like, you know, everyone that's getting it, they're all excited. All the other toy tubers are so excited to get it, and they're all like, well, what are we going to do with it?
Right. Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I mean, especially living in an apartment in New York City, it's like, where am I supposed to put all these things? I don't know.
Yeah. So again, this is an item that I love. I think it's beautiful. There's no room for it.
Right.
And that's a bummer.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying there. I mean, these HasLab things, and not just HasLab, but any of these crowdfund, like big dream projects, are great. And it's really nice to see that they're able to be done at this stage, you know, in the game after all these years that these properties have been out. But yeah, I mean, most people don't have like an infinite amount of like space and resources to go in on every single one of these kinds of things.
Right.
So it's getting to the point where it's like you kind of got to be selective and kind of pick and choose with it.
That's also why I like come down really hard when people are saying they want a new Imperial shuttle, but make it even bigger, or a Sandcolor, but make it even bigger. It's like we're all running out of room, guys. Like, think this over. Do you really want it to scale Sandcrawler? It's this big thing like that, and you put the little robots down at the very bottom of it, and you're like, there it is.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could have it be like you could put chairs at it and have it be a table.
Like the one that was on eBay, and I think I might have shown this to you, Tom, but like that one that somebody custom made and it had all the levels in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That was really cool.
I saw there was someone that printed one that was like the colors of the original Kenner one, and it's gorgeous, but like the size of it is just, you know, I'm in the weird camp that was so excited about the sail barge, but I didn't want it to be 4 feet long, 2.5 feet. There you go. It doesn't need to be to scale to everything, just because of the fact that the more of these things you get, the more difficult it is to be able to have them all.
Right.
Sure.
Right. Kind of hurting their future sales potentially. You know, eventually, right? Like,
I don't think this is going to succeed because everyone went in on the Eternia playset, and everyone's excited about the Eternia playset. Now they're like, well, I don't have room for 2 of these things that size.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat. I got kind of scared of snakes, but it's cool.
I love snakes.
I had an experience one time. It wasn't good.
Oh no.
I had a couple experiences actually. I remember like when I was like a little kid, I go with my grandmother to like flea markets and stuff looking for old dinosaur toys.
Yeah.
And one time like some guy like had like a big old, like you gave him a quarter or something, you get to go look like at this snake he had, and it was just ridiculously big, and it looked like it was like in an ice cream freezer kind of thing. Like I don't know, it was weird.
Oh my God.
It freaked me out.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was this was back in like 2012, I think. I was out at the park with my husband, and you know, we were walking around. I had a camera. I was like taking pictures of different things, and I turned around and started walking. Like I was looking at the camera. I was like scrolling through the photos on the camera, and I started walking as I was looking at the camera, and then I just stopped in my tracks. I could swear like I felt something on my leg. Like I felt something on my leg. I can still feel it to this day. And I don't think it's what it was, but I did sense it or something. It's not, or something was warning me that it was there. But I looked down and there was a rattlesnake like right there.
Ah.
Rattlesnake.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I swear I flew. Like I didn't even run. I flew. Like I like flew through the air, like just like freaking out. Like, oh my God, like I saw the, you know, snake. And to this day, it's like just incredible that like I sensed it or something, and I was able to see before I stepped on it because I was inches from it.
Thank
goodness.
goodness.
You have more dangerous snakes down where you are. We do not up here. They're cuddly little things. Ish, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to warm up to them, but yeah. Anyway,
that's my whole spiel about the Snake Lair playset. Thanks for letting me yell about it.
It was a good
Yeah, of course.
spiel.
Yeah, no, thank you
Oh.
for sharing that. I think that's important. That's valuable because, you know, we cover like focus on certain things, but you know, to hear like different viewpoints on different, you know, toy lines is great to have. So thank you for sharing about that.
It wasn't even that much of a rant.
No,
I thought it was pretty good.
it's pretty mild. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get real angry at the next thing. What's the next thing? Angry.
Yeah,
it's like something great, like, oh, we're giving money to charity. You're like, what would you do that?
No, Jesus doesn't want us to give money to charity. Jesus wants us to sell it.
All right, so the next thing here, and this one was one that I was very much looking forward to hearing about and learning about the details of it. And, you know, that we certainly got. But as we know, Hasbro has been like licensing out different or sub-licensing. I don't really know how it works. Different segments, different companies, and they did the same with Mondo, giving them the real Ghostbusters. So people were saying, hey, you know, Mondo's going to be doing some amazing things with the real Ghostbusters, and, you know, it'll be something that nobody's done before. And I think that's absolutely true with what we've seen. But it is coming alongside some sticker shock that, you know, people are understandably having about these. First, let's talk about the figures themselves. So they're doing two packs to start the line off. There's Peter Venkman and what is his name, Tom? Is it Sam Hain?
Sam Hain or Sam Hain. Yeah.
So he's like the pumpkin dude, and then you also got Egon Spengler and Boogeyman, which Boogeyman is a figure they never did back in the vintage Kenner days. So that's a really exciting one. Here's Sam Hain right there. Better look at him.
Love Sam Hain.
Yeah, he's cool. And then there's a better look at Boogeyman right there. And they also come with like some mini ghosts, right? Like Egon comes with like a little Slimer.
It's one of the ghosts from the opening. In the opening of the show, there's like
all the ghosts.
All the
ghosts
with hands up to the Stay Puft Marshmallow going, and he's the first little one that you see.
Yeah, I love seeing those in that intro. I wish that was real. I wish that was like for real, like that could happen. Anyway, yeah. So these are priced at $202 per set. So,
what?
6-inch scale. And they are.
I wish. I wish we were together because I would have made certain to have taken a sip of something so that when Victoria said it, I would.
That's insane. Like, it better be gold plated. Like.
And y'all kept saying Super 7 was expensive.
Wow. That is. Wow. I don't even know what to say.
He's as big as Lokitas of Borg, but he costs $100. Okay. You ready to get into it?
Yeah. I think they look great. I really do. I think the sculpting is top notch. The coloring looks dead on. The ghosts are a lot of fun. I think that's a big part of like Ghostbusters is, you know, having those ghosts that they can bust. Yeah, and the blast effects on the Neutrona ones look great. Like everything looks awesome. They're articulated. I don't know like how articulated, or are the joints going to be fluid? Are they going to be stiff like that? I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to really know until they're in hand.
I own a couple Mondo things. They'll probably be pretty good. The Mondo joints are good.
Yeah. Okay, well that's good to know because I was trying to think, do I have any Mondo figures? I don't think I do.
I've got two.
But yeah, that price is pretty exorbitant, and you know, there's licensing fees, right? Excuse me.
Right.
And you know, if it's like the kind of thing where Hasbro is sub-licensing, then you know that's probably costs even more than a normal license would be if you were going straight to Sony or whoever owns Ghostbusters.
It sure does. Hasbro figured out how to make money off of products that when they make their own products are not selling.
Yeah, exactly. With Power Rangers too, right? Like now Playmates is going to be doing those, and all Hasbro needs to do is just sit back and relax while somebody else takes on the risk.
That's right. That's
And that's what's
Ghostbusters.
going on. That's what's going on here. Is they're letting somebody else do it at this very high price point. Yeah, I mean, I get, things in general are just expensive, especially when you it comes to like these high end, like collector focused toy lines. But shoot, I mean, $202, like
that's
Yep.
They couldn't have made it $199. Like they had to do $202.
I know, it's weird.
No, I mean, like, action figures are great, but like a 6-inch, like two 6-inch figures, and then like a little tiny, 2-inch like ghosty thing, like
a ghost accessory. The Sam Hain and Boogeyman are not 6 inches; they're like 9 or 10 inches. They're
okay.
They're much bigger.
Sure.
But like Super 7 gave me a 12-inch figure, and it's $85. And people are like, that's too expensive. And it's like, well, you're not wrong, but no one else is making it. So that's the thing with this. Ghostbusters is not a popular toy line. It was in the 80s. It was very big in the 80s, and since then it never has been. They've had they've had 2 movies that have come out, and the toys don't sell.
Right.
But I think it was a popular toy line because it was based on the cartoon, the real Ghostbusters, which doesn't exist now. And I think because without that kind of content, front and center these days, I think it's very hard to sell like a bunch of guys in tan suits, without any ghosts to bust, because Hasbro didn't really do any ghosts for the Plasma series.
Nope. But the Plasma series didn't do very well. Like it sat around on the shelves for a long time, and as soon as they came out with the sequel specific ones, like those got clearanced out.
Right.
Yeah, and they didn't even do any for the last movie, any Plasma series,
because they didn't do well the first time. Like the writing was on the wall for that. I was surprised they released more of the real Ghostbusters figures again, which I was so excited about, but those are still on the shelves.
Huh.
Oh yeah, like the actual like reproductions.
I love those. I'm crazy about those.
Me too. I told them at Comic-Con, I was talking to the Ghostbusters guy. I was like, hey, like, any of these real Ghostbusters things you guys want to release from your vault, like, I know a lot of people will be excited for those. And I asked him, I said, is Plasma series continuing? And he's like, well, we don't have anything to announce, of course, right? That's the
that's the line.
answer. They always, that's the line.
No.
And I said, well, I said, you could have done the real Ghostbusters, right? I said, if you repainted the bodies and added the new heads, like, that could have been cool, but they're not going to do that now, obviously, with this.
Yeah.
They do have a HasLab coming. So they are going to continue doing it. Is it role play like the last few? I don't know. Or is it a vehicle? Maybe it's not confirmed quite yet.
Wink, wink.
But yeah, I mean, these figures, I think, speak to a very particular kind of collector.
Yeah.
Not many
people that would go, like, if they did Plasma series ones, like, you would probably attract like, more casual, like, action figure collector. But these, they're very specific with Boogeyman and Sam Hain. Like, you kind of have to know who those characters are, and you have to probably be of a certain age to know who those characters are.
You have to be gray,
and also to have the resources to purchase, something like this, which is very specific. So, yeah, I'm curious if anybody in the chat's going to buy them, though, or has plans to get them, or if you guys are interested in buying these, Chelsey or Tom.
Maybe.
Probably not. I don't have a whole lot of ties to Ghostbusters, to be honest. Sorry.
No, that's okay. This was in my I was the target generation.
Yeah.
And it's like the sticker shock was like it's bad. Like I don't think I want them that much. But when it comes to it, when it comes that day, I'll look at my budget and be like, well,
right.
Am I spending it on anything else right now, or can this be $200 of my toy budget?
Right.
Sure.
It's I want to share something with you.
Yeah.
This
I love your shirt.
is Aerith Gainsborough. She's from the video game Final Fantasy VII. It came out 25 years ago. Maybe more than 25 years ago now. And she is, you can see how tall she is. Not very big, little. Super articulate.
She speaks well.
Yeah, she comes from a company called Bring Arts, and she cost $130.
Wow.
Each one of these costs $130.
Oh my gosh.
And I like Final Fantasy that much.
Right.
I have
right.
4 of them up there. So,
Yeah.
and like, if it's a niche enough thing,
Right.
you know, we want to pretend Ghostbusters is a big thing because in 1980s it was so huge, but it's not. The past 2 movies didn't do great. They did eked across the finish line and whatnot, but they didn't even, you know. So if you're really into real Ghostbusters, if you're one of the 2,000 or 3,000 people out there that's still really into it, and that's probably the total numbers there, here's your shot.
I mean, I guess if that's what they're kind of like banking on, right? Like there's this many people that we think, you know, might be interested. And then you have to like take all the tooling costs and painting and all that stuff, divide it by that many people. Maybe that's the number they get, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get them. I'm much less interested in the actual Ghostbusters and way more interested in Sam Hain and Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of happy with my the silly Kenner figures, and I would like, you know, $25 super articulate ones, but they would probably just go in a bin like all the other Plasma series ones that I've got.
Sure.
So, you know, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's the other thing with the high-end figure like this. I mean, I feel like you'd almost be afraid to like touch it, right? Like, am I going to break it? Like, do I close it and just leave it? Like, do I need to?
I assure you, my Mondos, my 12-inch Mondos that I've got behind me, maybe I had a few too many drinks one night, and I tossed one across the room, and it's fine. The quality should be there that it's, you know, don't throw it across the room, but it's not like a NECA thing where if it falls off the shelf, it's going to shatter.
Right.
Pretty safe.
Yeah, I mean, there, you know, these aren't the first like expensive like 6-inch figures. Like Mezco, you know, is very well known for doing $120 figures,
right,
you know, for a single 6-inch figure. And yeah, sometimes they have like soft goods clothes or, you know, fancy like accessories. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely an experiment. I think if they sell out or if they do well, you know, I think they'll you know, they'll know like, hey, this actually works, and they'll make more, because we're obviously missing 2 Ghostbusters here, right? And there's other ghosts they can make.
They'll do the 4 Ghostbusters for sure, and that might be it.
That might.
They never make Janine in any of these things anyway.
That's true,
and they never will.
It's very sad. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love, you know, this franchise, like when I was a kid was huge. Like when I was really little, it was huge. And I would say that before the other things that I would fall in love with as a kid, like Ghostbusters was probably the first one. And I used to watch the show, and you know, I had a bunch of relatives, and they would buy, like, they knew I liked it, so they'd buy me the ghosts and stuff and the characters, some of the vehicles. I don't know. I really want them. Like, I'll say that.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to buy them, but I'm kind of leaning in that direction. I really do want them. And if they only do the 4 Ghostbusters and 4 ghosts, well, it's like, okay, well then I don't have to spend another, you know, $200 for whatever else they do later.
Yeah.
So it'll be a nice little self-contained collection, which is, I'm kind of starting to appreciate more as an adult now, because, you know, I just don't have Star Wars is kind of like this big, crazy thing here. Jurassic Park is this big, crazy thing here. But the ones that are a little more focused and, you know, a little more curated, you might say.
Mhm.
It's kind of what I'm trying to like focus on as an older collector.
Sure.
No,
I buy
maybe.
very little Star Wars now. It's very, very rare that I buy something Star Wars related because they've released most everything that I've wanted. I'm not as interested in buying the product from the new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, even if I like it, like I loved Andor and Acolyte, but I don't need Black Series versions of those figures.
Mm.
Mostly stuff that I, you know, loved from a long, long time ago that I want bigger versions of.
Right.
Or even the vintage collection versions of.
Yeah.
And He-Man, they keep releasing stuff that, like, it wasn't just the Snake playset. There's a bunch of other stuff they're gonna rob me of my well-earned money from. But yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's the stuff like I'm finding like that's the stuff that makes me happy. So when I like you just mentioned like the old stuff, like when I look at the shelves that have like my Kenner Batman or Kenner Real Ghostbusters or Playmates, like the original Ninja Turtles, like that's where the nostalgia is. When I look at those, like the old Kenner Jurassic Park, like that's like those fill me with happy feelings. Like looking at those shelves, because it's all positive, like, you know, good memories.
Right.
Which that doesn't mean every good memory, you know, when I was a kid, every memory was a good memory, but those ones were, because those are my escape, right?
Yep.
But yeah, so gosh, I really want them. Like I really do want them. Not as much as the Star Speeder 1000 though.
Well,
true.
You can have a Star Speeder 1000, or you can have one pack of these.
Yeah.
Or you can be like me and get both. Like my collecting interests are very much like, you know, my Super 7 Slash. I'm obsessed with this figure. I love it because it's just a bigger, more articulate version of the thing I had as a kid.
Right.
And you know, some of those NECA things, the movie ones I like, because it's like, oh, I can have a movie version of the figure because I couldn't get that when I was a kid. I know they came out with some, but I stopped playing with toys at that point.
I think I need to do an episode of like just like small contained collections. Like what are examples of this? I think that's a kind of a neat topic to try and follow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll schedule that one. Michael says, I'm wondering if toys are starting to lose their appeal.
To who? Kids?
I mean, to kids, probably.
Kids, 100%. Yeah, like to adults, like
action figures. Toys and action figures are different things.
Sure. But then it's like, what is a toy? Like, is a Black Series a toy? Like, some people will say yes, some will say no. Is a vintage collection a toy? Some will say yes, some will say no. Or Marvel Legends a toy? Like, it just, like, you know.
They're all action figures, though. Like, if you go to the Target, there's like 8 aisles devoted to toys, right? Mm-hmm. And it used to be 2 aisles to the action figure stuff, the boys stuff, but it's mostly action figures. It's been shrunk down to about 1 now, maybe 1.5. But a good portion of that is just like Super Mario Brothers and Pokemon toys. Mm-hmm. All those other aisles are full of toys.
Right.
But they're for little kids. They're for kids.
Yeah, like the way I see, like anything you can buy in like a big store chain like Target or Walmart, like that's probably a toy, right? Like anything like these Ghostbusters or like a Hot Toys, like, you know, that's a collectible. It's not
right.
You know, that's different. But yeah, I mean, I do feel like overall, like maybe it's starting to get to that point where it's going to start winding down. I know I did a whole show about this with Dan Larson back in April, I think. And he says that, you know, his opinion is that, you know, it's not to that point yet, but, you know, it will come to that point. Like you were saying earlier, Tom, like with the big Masters of the Universe place that we're looking at, like, it will get to that point eventually, but I don't think it's quite there yet. I don't think toys are losing their appeal to adults yet.
No, but I think it dies with our generation mostly as a
yeah, I would say
the hobby that it's become.
Right.
I think it dies with our generation. Real quick, Bender Rodriguez says, "I need a Black Series Prince Shizor," which that got leaked. That's
yeah, no, that's coming.
And Dash Rendar. No, you don't need Dash Rendar. That's a terrible character, and you're a bad person for mentioning him. Dash Rendar. It's up there with Ochi of Bestoon
And Hrothgar Deng.
Can you stop talking crap about Ochio Bestoon? That's my man.
We're gonna make a show. We're gonna make our own show. It's Hrothgar Deng, Ochi of Bestoon, and Dash Rendar, and they're all sitting in a bar and they're just miserable because everyone hates them.
Well, Ochio Bestoon was at the bar quite a lot, so
it's true. Adam
and Hrothgar Deng.
Don't look at my vinyl record collection. It's gotten too big.
Yes. Sorry. Same.
Yeah.
and Hrothgar Deng was at that bar in Rise of Skywalker.
So, oh yeah.
I never saw that movie.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Let's move on to Star Wars because we're gonna obviously talk about Chelsey, you and I were in the room at the panel.
Yep.
We got there early. We got there like during the previous panel before that.
Yeah.
And sorry.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
It was bad.
What was bad? What happened?
So, I mean, like I don't remember what this podcast was, but like they were basically like recording an episode of their podcast, but it was like about like vintage Star Wars comics, and I was like, okay, maybe there's something there, but then they just like reenacted the comics, but like the comics were bad, so it's like they're making really bad jokes, and like the entire audience is like,
It was Skywalking Through Neverland was the podcast.
I see.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a
no offense to them, but like
I enjoy their stuff, but
yeah.
It was a 70s like Star Wars comic, like very early, like before
like the Marvel stuff.
Yeah. But it was just a weird like comic, and like Han, I don't know, like there was like an opportunity for Han to like cheat on Leia or something, or I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah, it was very strange, and like the jokes weren't landing, so yeah. So it was just kind of awkward. I don't know. I was just like, bring on the Hasbro, please.
Pre-Empire Strikes Back Star Wars comics were very bizarre.
And these definitely were.
Yeah.
No amount of liquor would have saved that one. Like it was. Nope. Anyway, let's talk about reveals from San Diego Comic-Con a week ago today that we were, there for that panel at Comic-Con. And so I'm just going to go in order. These are from banthaschool.com. I'm poaching their photos for this. So
they are a great resource.
Absolutely. TVC, Ahsoka Tano from Peridia. And they did mention this one has a brand new head sculpt with a longer Laku, and it's the outfit that everybody wanted to see. So she is coming to TVC. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, it looks really nice. I mean, like when they were down there on the like shelves, like the Ahsokas look really nice. I am sad that they're not doing the like cloak that she has on, like a soft goods version of the cloak, but the same Black Series, right?
$35.
Well, that's the thing. They're probably gonna like re-release it and be like, "Oh, here's the special edition" or something. I don't know. But I mean, the head sculpt and everything looked really nice. So,
a puppy.
Hello.
Yeah, she wants to say hi. She's starting to get a little fidgety.
Oh, what a sweetums! What a sweetums!
Say hi.
Aww.
Say hi to everybody.
Oh, everybody loves you, little one.
Say hi.
Little cutie. Little cuteness.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Hello. You're the star of the show now.
Yes.
You're the star of the show. Oh.
What a sweetie.
Mm.
All right, you're heavy. I'm gonna set you down.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, so this is cool. Just a few photos real quick of her out of the packaging. Yeah,
nice.
She's pretty sweet looking.
Yeah.
And they had pipelined this one before. Now we got to see images of it. So this is the blurg. I'm saying it long because it has two R's. Blurg.
Right. Yeah.
Like Luke.
This one looks so good.
It does.
Like the details are really nice. Like his little teeth.
Guys, I'm not a Mandalorian fan, but I might get this.
I mean, the creatures, right? Like
I love Star Wars
creatures are so good.
I love them. Yeah. It's like half of Star Wars to me is weird creatures.
Yeah.
The stuff I like. So it's like, yeah, I like that creature a lot.
It's really cool. Yeah. And my main collection is not TVC, right? It's like Black Series. So like, I'm like, make it in the Black Series. It'll be gigantic, but I don't care.
Yeah. Smaller than the Black Series dewback, right?
I mean, I have that one, and that's one of my favorite. Like,
that's a good one. I have that one too.
Yeah, that's great.
It's really cool, but like they really kill it when it comes to like the creatures and stuff.
Yeah,
they do. Hey Ken, how's it going? Good to see you. Runner Base, good to see you too. Out of the basement, how's it going?
How much does this cost now? Someone said they got it for $25, but how much does it cost?
The Blurg?
Yeah,
I thought it was like
39.
Yeah, I thought it was like 40 or something like that. It's like the same format as the speeder bikes, right? So it's like that same price point.
Yeah.
But it looks good in person. It looks really good because they had it there at the booth.
Oh, it's so neat. Yeah,
it is.
I'm gonna buy that.
Plus, it's like the physics of making a Blurg toy stand up, right? Like, you have to really think about that.
Yeah, it's such a weird combination too, right? Because it's got like this weird, like kind of almost like a frog or a fish like piranha looking head, Tyrannosaurus Rex arms and elephant legs, and it's just a really like an eel kind of tail. It's a cool alien. It's unique. Great. And I love that it's going to fit in the Razor Crest. Like that's
it was cool that they specifically were like, we were like planning out like ahead of time. We knew we wanted to do a Blurg, but like we wanted to make sure it fit in the back of the Razor Crest. And I was like, that is a lot of forethought, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, but you also get Mandalorian.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, but this one, he does have the updated hips. It doesn't seem like he's got the rocker ankles for whatever reason. But you're gonna have him on the Blurg, right? I mean,
yeah. Tom's not.
Tom's losing it there. Oh, we have Basil with us.
That's right. The Ewok Adventures. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, they were in
Basil that I'm thinking of. Anyway, so yeah, Blurg is cool. We got to look at Cobb Vance packaging. He's got the deluxe, the new deluxe, which has the bubble and the card art instead of the little box. This is better. This is like I think this. I haven't confirmed this yet. I think it's the same size as the one they did for the Maldo Kreese Mandalorian a few years back. And it's not quite for me personally. It's not quite ideal. And when we had Steve Evans on here back in March. He actually asked, he said, would you guys prefer that we stay with those boxes, or do you want us to go back to the bubbles? And we said, I think pretty much everybody said bubbles. That was in the chat. And he said, okay, well, I'll take a note. But what I was thinking, and I don't know what other people were thinking, I was thinking more like when they did the deluxe Sith Trooper from Amazon for Rise of Skywalker, the movie that Tom's never seen.
Never seen it.
It had a standard TVC size card, but it had a bigger bubble on it. And I thought, okay, that's great because I could put that inside my figure shield cases.
Right.
But like this is like a bigger card. So for me, this still isn't ideal, but I think it definitely beats out, those little deluxe boxes.
Yeah, it's better than the box. You want them all to be in the same size and same format, right? Is what we all want. So they all line up on the peg. Or if they fit in the acrylics or whatever we get to put them in. So having something that scales differently isn't a good idea, but it's infinitely better than the box. The box was not a good choice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Larina, for confirming it wasn't just me thinking about that. Hey Jeff, how's it going? Good to see you. Bob says he doesn't like the larger card back. And Bob also says he'd almost rather have the box. And I can buy one and not worry about needing a card in one. Yeah. I mean, I was buying like duplicates of those just because, it was like a unique way to get those figures, the deluxe ones. But yeah, I mean, I like the card. I kind of, it's just kind of a weird thing that it's
Yeah.
jumbo card.
Back's the same scale.
Yeah, they did a good job with the Sith Troopers, so I kind of feel like that would have been more ideal, but then it probably comes down to the thing, oh, I have to pay $25 for that. So I'm sure there was that thinking went into it as well. Like, how does the perceived value for the higher price come across through the presentation of the product packaging? So
yeah.
Anyway, Cobb Vanth, we finally got to see him. He looks pretty cool. I do have a few questions, I guess I would say. Because he does look really good, but I kind of feel like I think the armor comes off as far as like the chest piece, but I don't think the arms, the gauntlets come off. So it's kind of a strange thing. The proportions look a little bit like wrong to me. Like, I don't know, like the armor just looks a little too big. The scarf looks really big. So I was really excited for this figure. I love this character. But I don't know. I need to know a little bit more about like the details, because it just seems like it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, it does. Looking at it now, it does look a little big. You know, like the torso just looks a little big.
Yeah, and it looked big in the show, like for sure.
Yeah,
it looked like he was wearing oversized armor, but to me, it just doesn't, like the figure, it doesn't really represent the way it looked in the show. So, he's got the helmet. You can put the helmet on his head, or no? I think they said it's interchangeable head. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, probably an interchangeable head now.
Yeah, because I think they changed that after that Sabine
debacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the flame effects. Got his he's got 2 blasters. Yeah, it's nice. Oops, jumping ahead. It is nice. I mean, I pre-ordered him because it's Cobb freaking Vanth. I hope he comes back to live action somehow.
I feel like he has to. I mean, he was such a fan favorite character. Like, I can totally see him, like hanging out with Mando or something in the movie, or they go and see him or something. I don't know.
Yeah. They can go visit Cara Dune's grave together.
Well, Cobb Vanth never even met her.
Well,
he
Mok Shaisa's grave.
Who?
The
mayor,
I
guess someone didn't watch the Book of Boba Fett.
I watched the Book of Boba Fett. Who? Shaisa?
Mok Shais.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's the mayor guy.
Yeah,
the Hammerhead Mayor guy. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, I know him as he's the Hammerhead Mayor guy. He had a name?
Yeah, that guy.
Well, he's no Ochia Bestoon.
Well, yeah.
He wishes.
This knife will figure out where the.
So in addition to that, Grand Admiral Thrawn finally coming to Vintage Collection in his Ahsoka look.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people were kind of, griping that the body is just a reuse of the Imperial officer, which that's what you would expect him to do. Yeah. But people were griping that because, obviously, Lars Mikkelsen is a little more hefty than this figure sculpt represents. Right. So, and I get that. I kind of wish they would have maybe at least done the torso or something, but that this is exactly what I expected them to do. Right. So I'm not really surprised.
This is just snatched Thrawn. He's just really beautiful.
Yeah. He's got a corset on.
So. Yeah. I would expect Thrawn to have a corset on.
Yeah, he's a guy in a white outfit. Who cares? It's not like it's like, oh, the whole point of this character is Jet Porkins. He's a really big guy. It's like, no, he's just a middle-aged guy, and he's got a little bit more junk in his trunk.
I can't believe we haven't gotten a Jet Porkins.
What's up with that? Jet Porkins came out forever ago.
maybe before you were born there, Chelsey. There's a Jet Porkins figure.
He came out during the Power of the Jedi line in 2001, I think.
I mean, like a more recent Jack
an updated
Porkins.
Jack Porkins.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's get
don't
the
start.
updated Jack.
No, don't start doing that, guys. Don't. I'm never going to get my two-headed alien from
Hashtag it, jumping for Jack.
That's the next HasLab, is just Jack Porkins.
He comes with a barrel of Cheetos and
Pushing for Porkins.
pushing for Porkins. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, gosh, no. Now you're going to ask them at everything.
Porkins?
When are we getting the updated Jack? I know we got the
How
tonic
to make
system.
this happen?
That's my
Pushing
Victorian.
for
I really
Porkins?
want the Jack Porkins.
That's what I sound like?
No. I'm not good at any impression.
Just Ochia Bestoon. And
me, Ochia
Darth
Bestoon.
Plagueis.
And Darth Plagueis.
And Darth Plagueis.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm not doing it.
I'm sure you're going to at some point. Yeah, so here's the figure. The head looks good. The head looks really good.
So, yeah.
They did a really nice portrait on this guy.
Yep.
Yeah. So then we also have the Jetpack Trooper from Jedi Survivor, which I still haven't played because they made it for a console I don't yet have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a neat figure.
Yeah.
It's a stormtrooper with a jetpack, and I have a couple of the Star Tours ones they did back in like 2011. So this will be nice to replace them with, like, a couple of these guys. But yeah, I mean, it's not like an incredibly, like, groundbreaking figure, but it is nice to see a variant of the stormtrooper.
Not
Yeah.
for me, but
Plus, it's good to have a Jedi Survivor, like, another figure from that, because I feel like there was like Cal Kestis, but I don't know how many other figures we've really gotten.
You never go wrong with a stormtrooper.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Yeah, and this one flies, so
They fly now?
Yes! Festoon Nation rise!
There's this play set, the Armorer's Forge, which is kind of cool. It actually looks better than I thought it was going to look.
Yeah.
So basically, it's another one of those. I'm glad they're still doing the play sets. This one is obviously the Armorer's Forge, and it's got a pretty nice scenery with the rocks and the sand and the actual forge, and then the chest with all the accessories. Some Mandalorian helmets.
Killed for this as a kid. As a kid, those are the sorts of play sets I wanted. Little things like that. Yeah, it's not for me now at all. But as a kid, I would have just gone nuts for that.
Yeah.
The figure is cool too. It's the Armor Lakeside Covert World, which I don't know about that subtitle, Lakeside Covert World. That's kind of weird. But the figure itself is nice. She now has soft goods for the I don't even know what you would call that. And she's got the jetpack from season 3. So
yeah, and it looks great. Like,
it's a nice card
in
back
real
for
life.
sure.
Yeah. Shows her in action.
Yep. This is an exciting one. But I really like the way it looks. Like, I'm sure some people will probably add like paint detail to look even better. But just like based on the accessories and Grogu is in here too. Like, this is going to be a pretty nice one to add to my collection.
Yeah. Thinking of like the cool lights and stuff that you could probably put in there to make the blue flames really shine there.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd assume you could do that too. Like, well, maybe you could get a light in there or something.
Yeah, you probably can.
Maybe like through the bottom or something. I don't know. You might have to like drill a hole in it or something, but
I'd be surprised if there wasn't something you could put a little tea light in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really fun. And obviously they're like tripling down on the Mandalorian because they're obviously seem to be doing pretty well in terms of like sales and stuff. So
cool.
It's nice. It's very nice. I guess that'll take us into Black Series. So we're gonna skip all of this. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Okay.
Time to pour myself another whiskey sour. Take my wife, please.
All right, Ahsoka Tano Peridia. So they're announcing her in TVC and in the Black series alongside.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically it's Ahsoka with her new outfit, and I think they did update the head sculpt on this one to look longer to me.
Yeah.
The skin tone's a little dark. I don't know if it's just these figures,
does seem a
these
little
pictures. Yeah,
dark.
It might seem dark because it's next to so much like white now. You know how that color contrast thing.
Well, let's go back to the TVC one. Compare it. Not too far off.
Yeah.
Not too far off. Maybe slightly different, but not too far off. And it could be like a scaling thing too, right?
Yeah.
Like that just sounded like so like from Loki. Like it's a scaling issue. Like it could be like when they make the figure bigger, they need to make some adjustments to the coloring so it doesn't look, it looks more appropriate or something.
Sure.
But yeah, no, it's not a whole lot to say about it. I know people were asking for this one, and this one got a pretty good reception, as I recall.
Yes, yeah.
In the audience. So yeah, pretty neat. Basil.
Basil
is coming. Yep.
Basil Hive.
This is a fun one to see. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that they're taking on Basil.
Right.
But
especially when they left out another sort of important character.
Yes. Do not eat my Darth Maul lightsaber.
That was a sentence you just uttered.
That's my cat is like literally right here, and he loves to chew on lightsabers.
Oh no!
And I'm just like, don't chew on any more of them. We're running out. Yes, I'm talking about you. Do you want to say hi?
Yes, let's say hi to the little cat.
Yes, please say hi.
Let's say hello to the little cat. Oh goodness.
This is Creature.
Oh no, Creature.
Hi, Creature.
One of his favorite foods is lightsabers.
Oh, that's a good
toys.
Kitty. That's good.
Aren't you a good boy? Are you mad that I've got you picked up like this? I'll put you down. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, if y'all haven't noticed, this is a pet-friendly cantina. Yeah, no, Basil. I mean, he looks cool. They did a good job with him. A little clean looking, maybe, but it gets the job done.
I came unplugged, I think.
We can still hear you. And
that's the end of Black Series.
And that's the end. All right, moving on. No, I'm just kidding. Moving right along here. So he also has Pip, which is fun that they included him here as well. Pip droid.
Yep, I like that Pip, the new droid in this show is like a Game Boy.
I know, right? It's just like a little handheld thing that you can reset like an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like it starts getting annoying. You just say, I'm going to reset you. We then have, this one was a very interesting one because I've never seen them do this kind of thing before, where they show you a figure that hasn't, from media that isn't out yet and isn't going to be out for some time. Even like during the prequels days when they would release figures like a month in advance, like they never did anything this early. So it's very interesting that they showed Cassian in an outfit we've not seen in any official images or, from season 2 of Andor. So, I mean, he looks good. I mean, I don't have a lot to say about him because it's just Andor in like a new outfit, but
he's got a new brown jacket to replace the old brown jacket. I mean, that's like sure. Oh no, Chelsey. I think she's plugging herself back in, right? I love the show, but like I don't need 6-inch figures of them. It's it suffers from the everything in Star Wars is brown and beige and gray. So cool for anyone that wants the season 2 Andor look. There you go.
Yeah, and it's very similar to his outfit from the beginning of Rogue One, but they were very specifically. It's not the same. So yeah, it's
close enough for government paperwork.
Definitely. Hi again, Chelsey.
Hello. Sorry. Putting Creature down seemed to have knocked out my microphone. So I'm back though.
Chelsey, what do you think of Cassian Andor season 2 outfit?
I mean, he looks pretty similar to the other Cassians, but I do think they're getting better at his hair, which is good, because the one with B2 Emo, they had these like 2 little strips that just kind of look a little weird. So these they're improving on the hair, which I like.
That's fair.
And it is very interesting though that they debuted this like season 2 look that we haven't seen at all yet. So interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler, he wears a new jacket.
Love that for him. I'm glad he has more than one set of clothes.
Yeah, he looks good. They did a good job.
The likeness looks better, I think.
Yeah, likeness looks great.
Yeah.
Definitely does. Dedra Miro is coming to Black Series as well. Why are these pictures not cooperating?
I can
Yeah, and this is, another exciting one. There was a pretty good reception to this one too in the audience. And they announced this one.
Definitely.
Yeah. She's a great character.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it's fun to see like female Imperials. I don't think they've done that in Black Series before.
I don't think they have. So that I'm super excited because I mean, it opens up more possibilities, I think, for other, characters. Not that there are a lot of like named female Imperials, but
You have a generic one with a hat.
Exactly. Which I'm into. Oh, I guess what was her name in the Obi-Wan series? I feel like it started with like a T.
Tella.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So, but she was in black, so a little different.
Yeah. But good point. They did do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they went on a lot about how she has like a tablet and like what's she looking at on the tablet, like kind of weird, but yeah, she has a tablet.
They get into sometimes those Hasbro folks get into the weeds on some of these things. Something that we certainly don't do.
Yeah, I've never been in the weeds.
Oh, remember when they're talking about the cups with the cantina?
Oh, the cantina!
I've got so many cups. Look at all the cups, and we're all having a good laugh about the cups. You want to know why it's important that comes with 100 cups? Because you're going to lose most of them.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? You're going to set them up. You're going to bump into it, or they're going to fall on the floor and roll. And oh shit, my cups! And it's like, nah, they gave you 100 cups. You can replace your cups.
You can replace your cups.
Yep.
But yeah, likeness on this one also looks great.
Yep.
I think they did a really nice job. And maybe you could add your own sticker to her tablet and just like put something random on there.
She could be watching anything.
Yeah, she could be watching.
She could be watching a Cantina social hour.
Hey, there you go.
Could very well be.
She could be watching Andrew Tate videos.
Oh no!
I hope not.
No, that's the guy, Cyril. That's what he's watching.
Oh gosh. Oh no, it is. Oh no, that is what he's watching.
Oh yeah. She's watching him eating cereal.
I'm gonna be really important, guys. I'm gonna be really important.
In like 20 years, they're gonna do a pack that's Cyril and his mother, but with also the little cereal accessories, and they'll be like, it's the 25th anniversary of Andor.
And 25 years from now, I will buy that.
I absolutely will.
Did you all see back, it's going back a little bit on Mother's Day, like Star Wars did like a little reel with different like mothers in Star Wars, and they put like Cyril's mother in there. I'm like, really? Like, why would you put her in there?
Well, some of us have difficult mothers.
At least Cyril has a mother. I'm looking at every other Star Wars character.
Every Disney princess ever, like
Luke, Han, Leia, Obi-Wan, all of them, yeah. Anyway, IG-12 in Grogu.
Yes, I was so happy about this. I love the fact that you just like open up his front, and then you could put an Anzelin in, you could put Grogu in, and like the little levers apparently move. That's so cute.
Pretty cute.
That's fun. And they said, this is a brand new sculpt for IG-12. It's not the underside. It was a horrible sculpt even back when it came out.
It's bad. Yeah.
IG-88, and then they repurposed it for IG-11, which was just bizarre. But
and those do not stand up.
No, they don't stand.
Period.
It's because the feet are like this, like at an angle.
And they only have the swivel hinge. I hate that figure.
Yeah, it's not a
hate
good
that
one.
figure. Yeah. That figure
But
makes me
hey,
angry.
maybe we'll get new versions now that they've got. I mean, obviously they'd have to do like a torso sculpt, but you never know. Maybe they'll come out with more accurate versions.
Yeah.
I don't think Tom knows what we're talking about because he hasn't seen The Mandalorian season 3.
I've seen the pictures of this. I saw the pictures of this. It's the little baby puppet. They stick him in IG-88 and he runs around and shoots people, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He doesn't shoot people.
I didn't watch it. But it's cute. This is right up my Star Wars alley. It's a robot with a puppet in it.
Love it.
Yeah. Can't go wrong. What is this? Oh boy, it's Grogu.
He has to fit in there. So
it's so
cool.
Cute.
Cool. I may pick this one up. This is cool.
Oh, you gotta get. Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah. I figured you were gonna get that.
Well, I'm very selective with Black Series these days.
Right.
Even though I used to buy all of them, like back in
me too.
2013.
I gave away all my Mandalorian ones to a kid upstate in exchange for Transformers.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Wow. Fake Star Wars fan.
Gatekeeping.
Oh no.
All right. And here's the Anzellans real quick, so we can take a look at them.
Bad baby. No squeezy.
Maybe I should watch that episode.
It's really cute.
You should watch that episode.
Oh yeah.
At least.
Someone let me know what episode that is, and I'll check that one out at some point.
Okay. Imperial Armored Commando, also from Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this one is a cool one. I was hoping that we would get this one in TVC instead of the one from Fallen. From, what was it? Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a fire truck or something.
Is it me?
No, it's me. It's right. It's the fire department is a block away, so I get this 5 times a day, 6 times a day. I love it.
I'm like a block from one too, and I hear it all the time. But hey, if you ever have an emergency, they're right there.
Oh yeah, it's very true.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a neat looking figure. I do hope we get in TVC eventually. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool.
Yeah.
I thought they were neat in the show because they're like Beskar stormtroopers essentially.
Yep.
But yeah, he's got a different weapon, like a really long blaster. The helmet maybe looks a little small, like the neck looks kind of long, but
yeah, a little bit.
That's about all I can really like nitpick just looking at the picture.
Yeah.
Jetpack.
It's got some nice details on those like arm badges and stuff. It's nice that they painted those.
It does. Jedi Master Vernestra. So yeah, another acolyte figure with her purple lightsaber. Not a light whip, but just a regular lightsaber.
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe in the future.
That's a choice.
But
yeah,
yeah,
like, we are not making stuff tooling for a light whip.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if there is a season 2, they'll redo it. So yeah, she looks good. Another very nice likeness. Outfit looks good.
She looks sure like she does come off of that show, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But where's Darth Smiles? Like, what the heck, guys? That was the breakout thing from that show. Is that guy?
I don't know.
I asked him during the Q&A. I said, hey, we need the stranger. I think they'll get to him eventually.
I'm sure they will, but like they got to Basil first.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Lucasfilm didn't. I mean, I guess maybe Lucasfilm didn't want to spoil it, but they also made the helmet, so it's like, are they spoiling it? Like, what's going on here? I don't know.
We all figured it out the second he showed up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So they did tell me that they got the reference images of the stranger very late in the game. So I'm assuming that's why he's not out yet. But I want to make clear to Hasbro that we always want the villain. Because the villain is often the coolest not always, oftentimes is the coolest thing about these series.
Yep.
We always want the villain. Balin
Yep.
Skull, Shinati, barely, pipeline for TVC. We want the villain like every
Yep.
single time. Give us the villain.
Yeah.
You are leaving money on the table if it takes too long, because
Right.
a year from now, if there's no season 2, I might have just decided, like a lot of these things, like,
Yeah.
if it takes long enough, I just sort of lose interest.
Yeah.
Get me Darth Smiles, the Stranger.
This Chimere. Yes.
Yeah, Chimere. I love him. He's great.
He's the best.
Yeah, so good.
We need to protect Chimere.
Yeah, she looks good, but
yeah, and I think that's basically all of those. I also want to show though the pipelines.
Yeah.
Because there are some really exciting pipelines, and then that'll cover it. I'm gonna go to Yak Face's Instagram for this. For the Black Series, these are the pipelines that were revealed. So Acolyte, we have Kelnaka. So they're continuing to world build, or not world build, but offer more figures from this series, which is kind of neat. Mandalorian, of course, not a surprise that Moff Gideon in his Dark Trooper armor.
Finally! Oh man, I'm shocked that it took this long to get these, because like literally that episode, after watching it, I was like, they have to make these action figures and they have to do it now. So I'm glad that they're finally coming.
Yeah,
that's what I felt about it too.
The Praetorian Guard is being done, which is neat to see as well.
Yep.
They're doing an Anakin from Ahsoka, and I know for the TVC at least, like it sounds like they're just reusing an old figure from like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
For Black Series, I wonder if they're going to pull the one that they did, a couple of years back for the Clone Wars. Thing that they did, and just put a new head on it. Probably.
The head that came with that one was great.
Yeah. From Ahsoka, they're showing Captain Rex in his Phase 1 armor, which I don't know why they're using an animated picture there. That's weird.
Yeah. There weren't a whole lot of good pictures. I feel like the pictures of Captain Rex, like in the series, weren't like
Phase
super
2
great.
armor.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was mostly like the Phase 2 armor, but happy to get a Phase 1 clone trooper regardless.
On the new body, hopefully. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I hope so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Commander Bakara, another clone.
Another good one.
Right.
People have really been wanting that one.
I forgot about him.
Yep. And then the assassin droid from the Clone Wars.
Those were really fun in that show. I might get that.
Yeah, I love the way they move. Like they're just quick. And then Prince Shizor from Shadows of the Empire.
I hope they make him smell. Like they give him like Stinkor and Mossman from He-Man. They smelled. You could put a scent into his oil, so you're like, oh look, he smells. I like him now, because isn't that like what his power is? He's
smelly.
Yeah, didn't he have like pheromones he released?
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah. That species in general does that.
You thought I was just crazy old Tom.
Well, they need to get that under control, because we can't have that. I mean, come on, Shizor. They make Axe body spray and body powder, and
he can have Axe body spray mixed in there so that he repels women.
Well, the other good thing about getting the Bakara is now you can shoot Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Yes.
You can reenact the scene. That's a callback, guys.
World building.
I hope Ochia's Bastoon comes and kills Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Oh, if only.
Second time.
Yeah, just to make sure he's gone.
He goes back in time and kills him earlier or something.
Yeah. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
I think the worst part about Ki-Adi-Mundi is the guy who plays him is actually very attractive.
Silas Carson?
I don't know. I guess, but he's very attractive, so it's like, dang, they had to make him look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also at the beginning of Phantom Menace in the Jedi transport, one of the pilots.
Yes.
Oh,
And he
God.
was also he
He's
had
Newt
another
Gunray's
role.
voice.
He was a Nemoidian, wasn't he? I
He's
think.
Newt
I
Gunray.
think so, yeah.
Mhm.
Newt Gunray, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not the
Special-
voice.
Special
No,
edition nude Gunray.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's
Social
the
hour
SDCC.
after dark.
That's
Where's
the
my
SDCC
Newt Gunray
25.
Black Series figure? Where's my?
Yeah, social hour after dark.
That's where
Anyway.
I start thinking.
Let's jump up to the TVC pipeline. So, they're continuing with supporting the acolytes. So, Indara is being done, and then Yord is being done as well.
Mhm.
Dedra also coming to TVC, which is neat.
Very cool.
And I'm very curious. What are they going to do? I hope they're not going to do just the Imperial body that they have. I hope that they do a little more work on that one.
Mhm.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, another figures from the very end of the very, 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 very end of the show.
Mhm.
And then they said that this was the clone lieutenant from Ahsoka, but it's not. It's 501st. So I hope he's not mislabeled, because this isn't a lieutenant. This is a 501st Phase 1 trooper.
Why is he pink?
It's for the
Because
ladies.
he's the 501st.
It's the ladies 501st one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all the 501st is the ladies 501st. If you try hard and believe.
Well, it certainly isn't the 818. Am I right, Schmerls?
And then the Mandalorian trooper from Ahsoka, the commando.
Yeah.
So
that one's cool.
yeah, I mean, these are neat to see. They just did the commando though, so I'm like,
Yeah.
what,
Like I've
is
got
it going to be that different from the
Right.
previous one? I don't know. From the Clone Wars version, maybe.
Well, and like we have enough Obi-Wan Kenobis, don't we? Was anyone clamoring for this specific outfit?
Not that I've really heard, but if it gets us closer to getting a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan updated, then I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Okay. Yeah, you can replace the head, right? Or swap the head out.
Yep. Yes, sir. And that'll do it for the SDCC focus, reveals, toy news. I know there were other things, at SDCC, but
We don't care. We don't care about them.
Yeah.
Toys,
True.
toys, 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 toys. Oh, don't screen grab that. What I was just doing. That really get me in trouble.
do it again.
We got to gif it.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
Yes.
Yes.
And we have one more segment. We're not quite done yet. We got one more segment to go. And that, of course, is going to be things that we have been adding to our collections.
Good. New acquisitions.
All right. So let's talk brand new things that we've added to our collections. Anything that we've added since we've last met on here. Does anybody want to go first for show and tell?
Chelsey.
Okay. I'm prepared. So obviously we've got our Darth Maul from the Phantom Menace. I am so happy about this. I'm so glad to have this figure and the speeder. It looks great. So excited. Got to put him on my shelf.
Nice.
Let's see. I also at Comic-Con ended up getting this
Cool.
Jango Fett, which I already had the figure, but he was out of the box, so I was like, I gotta add him back to my shelf. So
Nice.
excited about this. This one is another Jango Fett, but it came off of the card. I was like on the way home. And I was like, so I don't know what to do with this. I guess
Throw it in the trash.
Great idea. Great idea. It's going. It's gone.
It's only 5 POA anyway.
Let's see. I also that the last day of Comic-Con was my Jango Fett day. I literally wore a Jango Fett shirt, and then I got this little tiny
Oh,
tiny Jango Fett, which is very exciting.
Can you open him up and have a Black Series Jango Fett play with him?
Maybe. I might buy another one on eBay because I want to keep him in the box, right?
That's fair.
Like, and then let's see. I got so many things, like too many things probably. Centerpoint Studios, you can follow him on Instagram. He does some really great figures.
Ooh.
So this is the Hunter, obviously. Here is his Crosshair. He does a great job painting figures, and I mean, like, he does a lot of customs. And then I got a Wrecker.
Oh wow, those are great.
They're amazing. Like, he's super great with like his sculpts and painting. He made a 1313 Boba Fett that he sold it at Comic-Con, but he just recently, I think he may have sold out, but he was gonna like produce more of those. And then I guess one thing that I think people will be excited about, Hallmark has these ornaments now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So they've got this one. This one was like the Comic-Con exclusive. I think they're also going to be selling it at New York Comic-Con. But they've also got a Darth Vader that will be coming out. So I'm very excited about these.
Darth Vader looked cool. I saw him at their booth.
Yeah, he looked great. And then the last thing, this is my very special thing that I bought from Comic-Con. This beautiful painting of Padme by Candace Daly. I'm very happy to have this
cool.
and add it to my collection. So
That's
right. And I love Padme. So yeah, that's what I have.
Very nice. Tom, what do you got?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I don't think I've gotten, since the last time we chatted, I don't think I've gotten anything. I'm getting a box.
Pretend you've gotten something.
I got Eris Gainsborough.
Wow.
Final Fantasy VII. No, tomorrow I'm getting a Big Bad Toy Store shipment, which is going to have a couple of Super Battle Droids in it.
Nice.
Okay.
And the Street Fighter II M. Bison figure. And a Super 7 Turtles Karai figure.
Okay.
And one other really unforgettable figure as well.
Is it Kiadi Mundi?
God, no. I can't believe I spent money on getting Kiadi Mundi. And I can't believe he's not stuffed into a storage bin yet. I don't remember what the other thing is. Hang on, what did I get? It's 2 battle droids, M. Bison. And
while you look for that, I left something in the other room. I'm gonna go grab it real quick.
Cool.
Yeah, shit. What is it? Oh, a Masters of the Universe Beastman.
Nice.
The movie version of Beastman.
Cool.
Yep.
You got a good order there.
Yeah, I'm excited about M. Bison, I think, the most. Last night, my wife and I watched the 1994 Street Fighter movie for the first time ever.
Ooh, how was it?
Wow.
I cannot tell what that meant.
Just delightful. Just high-level camp.
Love
and absolutely like a wonderful, wonderful time. Yeah.
Awesome.
I really, really got a kick out of it.
Good.
Yeah. Very goofy 90s action movie full of are you familiar with Street Fighter 2 at all?
Yeah.
You know Zangief?
Uh-huh.
He's the big rush. He's the best character.
I might have to check this out.
Check it out. It's way more fun than it has any business being. Like, if you watched it 30 years ago, you'd be like, this isn't very good. It's not very serious. And now it's just like, oh, wow, that is some 90s schlock.
Love
I'm
that.
here for it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, is it my turn?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I got a lot.
I got this cup.
Wow, what a special one.
I got my hair done. Does that count?
It looks great.
It looks great.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. These are new. I didn't even know about these until very recently, but Playmates has these remastered versions of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the OGs. So basically, the figures are the same size and everything as the original Playmates figures, but now they have added sculpting. They're a little bit softer plastic, and they have more articulation and painted accessories. So
yeah,
very cool.
They're Walmart exclusives. They're only $12.97, which isn't that bad.
Oh yeah.
The boxes are fun, typical, Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
But they have all 4. And the website they only went up one at a time, so it was kind of a pain, but I did end up getting all of them. Here's Donnie.
The best turtle.
That's my favorite.
It's the best one. We can all agree that Donatello is the best turtle, right?
No, Raph is the best one.
Oh my god. You're
Here's-
canceled.
All right.
You're canceled.
Michelangelo.
Mikey.
And then the only one I haven't received yet is Leonardo, who should be here tomorrow.
Nice.
In addition to those, I got, this was one of the San Diego Comic Con exclusives.
Oh.
I got the Street Shark.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Yep. So here he is right here. It's a Ripster.
Very
That's
cool.
some Mattel packaging right there.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
He's fun. I also did the Jimmy Buffett one, but I had to order that one.
Oh.
I didn't actually. I ordered this one too, but for whatever reason, this one came in a lot sooner. I just didn't want to wait in line at the Mattel sales.
Yeah, just order them. They ship them to you in like 2 days.
Yeah.
I then did. I was gifted the exclusive Black Series Darth Maul. Thanks again, Chris. So I do have the new Darth Maul.
Nice.
Haven't
It's
opened
a
it
great
yet.
figure.
Oh man.
Seems fun for sure. And then I did end up getting. I think last time we were on, I showed a couple of Acolyte Black Series figures.
Yeah.
And I ended up finishing the set.
Sweet.
So I got the other ones that I didn't already have. I'm trying to make sure I have them all here. So here's Osha.
Woo.
I've got May.
Nice.
Nice. I love her outfit.
I've got Sol.
Cool.
And then finally I got Yord.
Yord Horde.
Woo.
Yep, so I have them all. I got all the, and I'm very selective of Black Series. It is true, I am.
Mhm.
But for these, they're just not available in TVC, and I was really craving like getting some figures, right? So of those characters. So I have the whole Acolyte set so far.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
That's the problem with like delaying getting this stuff out is when I'm watching that show, I'm like, man, I sure do want to buy something.
Right.
I got an itchy finger hovering over the Amazon click thing, but it's like, I want the bad guy. I forgot, forgive me. I got the Mattel exclusive Tuvar and Badra. I completely forgot that, even though it's right here.
I did get something. I knew it.
I did, yeah. No, I completely forgot. It's a Tuvar and Badra. They turn into Too Bad, but this is the parts where they don't have the head, and then and here's Too Bad. Cartoon
Nice.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, I completely spaced on that, and it's literally right here at my feet.
Cool.
Because they come in the really slick. Mattel does these really slick packaging things that like you're like, oh man, what am I gonna? I've got to save this forever in my storage unit. Yay! So I can display it in the future. No.
No, it never happens. At least for me.
No, not stuff like that. Yeah. But it's so gorgeous. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, apologies. I did have something, but that's the only
Nice.
thing I think I've gotten in the past couple weeks.
Well,
Tomorrow
I
I'll
think
ship it.
I did enough shopping for the both of us.
Hey, you're at Comic-Con. You'd be nuts to not spend the money on stuff there.
I
That's what's
know.
fun. You get to shop in
That's
person.
that's the fun of Comic-Con.
Very nice. Let's see what the chat added to their collections. Luke says that he ordered the Jimmy Buffett figure, but hasn't gotten it yet either.
Nice.
17.28 says I got a Grail item, the Legacy Collection Big Millennium Falcon. Couldn't be happy. Congrats. That is definitely one to have.
Yeah.
It's a great item.
Yeah.
Mary says she got the Hot Toys Clone Wars Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan Mando armor disguise. Very nice. Very nice.
Ooh, very cool.
Do you pose them so they're making out? I mean, I would.
Tom.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you do that one again?
Chelsey, the Tuscan was that an SDCC exclusive? You said
So it's a convention exclusive, and they said, like, we talked to the Hallmark folks, and they said that it will probably be available online after New York Comic Con. So that's, I think, in October, but most likely probably for their Hallmark, whatever the ornament collectors membership thingy is. So, hopefully, you never know. Maybe, they'll release it, do just like a regular wide release. But that's what they told us at Comic-Con.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Milky Way Skywalker says, I completed my set of 3.25-inch Voltron pilot figures from 1984.
Sweet.
Nice.
That's pretty fun.
Runner Base says, recently acquired Micro Galaxy Ghost Ship, Transformers
Cool.
Studio Series Shockwave, and picked up the Black Series Ocean today. Very cool.
Nice. I got to get that Ghost. I still haven't
It's
found
expensive. Yeah, I was looking at
It
it
is.
earlier.
Yeah,
Not as expensive as the Star Speeder 3000, though.
that's true. Hey, that's how I can convince myself to buy it. I'll be like, well, I could buy this other thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Dodgson managed to snag a JP3 React Attack Brachiosaurus and military generals, as well as a Lost World Dino Tracker that came with Utah Raptor for $10.
Oh,
Those
Nice.
those are really good prices on those.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Mechanized got the Night Trooper 4-pack.
Ooh, very cool.
Were you going to say something, Tom?
I'm glad I bought the Hammond collection Brachiosaur when I did. It went on a great sale, and it's hiding behind the TV there, along with the T-Rex.
Cool.
The Toy Odyssey action figures are toys. Maybe streaming at a different time or watching a different time in the stream than we're at right now.
Not all toys are action figures. All action figures are toys.
Fair enough. Alston got a mock Charon from, I don't know what COTT is, in a mock Trilogo Return of the Jedi Darth Vader.
Cool.
Yes. Michael says got a Zeb and Ahsoka Deluxe set at Ollie's for $4.99.
I wish I
Jealous.
Don't you love not having an Ollie's?
Ugh.
My parents have. When I went to back in March for the first time, and I was like, oh, this is a very interesting store. They have all kinds of unbelievable, I think, were we talking about this, Chelsey? Like,
Yeah.
They have all unbelievable, like all kinds of things that you wouldn't even, it's a crazy store.
If you're looking for something, Ollie's probably has it for cheap. So I'm jealous. Like, they need to put one, I don't know, next door to me.
Yeah.
Adam says, didn't get much new stuff, but I did back the campaign for the Tomy 1-350 Enterprise from Star Trek Motion Picture.
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Pico B1 says, Ghost, Phantom, ATT, Pops, Power, the Jedi Gungans for Phantom Menace display, and Rex and the Judge.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
Clash of the Titans is what that is. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. I learned something today. Luke also got the Micro Galaxy Squadron Ghost and Phantom and the Fang Fighter and Armada Gauntlet and the ATT and the Infiltrator.
That's a haul.
Cool. That is a lot. And I know a lot of folks like are really into that line. And I have a few, very few, but it's cool that, it's a segment that's brought a lot of collectors into it.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And I think that's everybody in the chat. So thank you to everybody who shared your acquisitions. And I think that brings us to the end of the show. So you guys, it's been a blast as always. Thank you for coming back to Cantina Social Hour. And I'm sure we'll do this again at some point.
Thank you.
But yeah, I have y'all's socials linked down in the comments. But just to let our audience know, Chelsey, where can our viewers go to look you up on the internet?
So I am on Instagram, Blue Sky. I'm not on Twitter anymore, but it's at Chelsey B. Coombs, and it's Chelsey because my parents named me a weird spelling. So yeah.
I like it. It's a cool spelling.
Thank you. My only problem is you can't get cool, like, personalized pens and stuff. Like, they never have them.
Chelsey, personalized pens are never cool. They're never cool.
But they're so cool to me.
They wouldn't be cool if they were so cool. And Tom, where can we look you up online?
Woozlin Demon at the garbage site Twitter and Instagram. Instagram, you can see photos of my cat.
Sweet.
Nice. Very cool. Well, thank you guys again. And I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thanks to our channel members and Patreon Cantina denizens. We really appreciate you. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you for coming in here and listening to our conversation. And yeah, we really appreciate you guys spending your Friday nights with us here in the Cantina. Thanks to our resident bouncer, Adam, for making sure that everything is on track in the chat. And it usually is. So we appreciate that too. So
Wolverine
you guys will be back
dies at the end.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and say sayonara. So no matter where you're tuning in from and the galaxy, thank you for watching Cantina Social Hour. We will see you again next week, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And I will have details on next week's guest as we get closer to showtime next week. In the meantime, be well, be safe, may the force be with you. Panel, hang on just for a second. And I will see everybody else next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.